quick. Okay. Kelly
has 10 bags with 1/10 pound of candy in each bag. How many pounds of candy does she have altogether?
Okay. Alexis, so how many bags does she have? 10. Okay. And how much of a pound does she have in each bag? 1/10. So what if some of you know right away already what that is? Angel?
Wait, what is it?
So what do some of you already know? Or what are you gonna do to help you with this one?
2 times 1/10.
Okay. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
What?
1 whole.
1 whole. Luis, is that true?
Mm-hmm.
It is. Can you tell, Alexis, can you look at Luis's there? How did you know that? What did you do? Can you show us that?
I did 1/10 plus 1/10 equals 2/10. And 1/10 plus 1/10 equals 2/10. 1/10 plus 1/10 equals 2/10. Then I added the 3 2/10 equals 6/10, and then 1/10 plus 1/10 equals 2/10, and 1/10 plus 1/10 equals 2/10. And it made 4/10, and I put 6/10 plus 4/10 equals 10/10.
Okay, that was clear. Alexis, can you see how many bags he has there? Can you count those on there? Where are his bags at? Right there they are. And how many is in each one? Okay, so Greg, what were you thinking how you were going to solve this one?
5 times 1/10 equals 5/10. 5 times 1/10 equals 5/10. I know 5/10 together, that equals 1 whole.
Okay, because you know that what? What do you know about what makes a whole?
That 10/10 equals 1 whole.
Okay, so now when you are thinking about our next one, how many bags are we going to
45.
have, Roberto? 45. So what are you thinking about what you're going to do to help you solve that one?
10 times 1/10 equals 1 whole.
So are you going to use that one that we just used to help you with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how many tens do we have in that next problem, Angel? In 45, how many tens do we have? 4. So how many times will you have to do 10
4.
times 1/10?
4.
4 times. And then what are we still going to have left?
The 5.
5. What are we going to do with that 5,
Five times
Jada?
1/10.
What do you think we're going to do with that 5?
We could do 1 times 5.
How many? So what is that 5 going to be talking about? What is the 5 going to be? What? The ones place, right? And it's talking about our what? From our problem. So how many bags is that?
5 bags.
5 bags. And how much is in each bag?
1/10.
1/10. So do you have an idea about that? What would that be?
I would do 10 times 1/10 equals 1 whole. 10
Uh-huh.
times 1/10 equals a whole. 10 times 1/10 equals a whole. 10 times 1/10 equals a whole.
Mm-hmm.
And I would do 1 times 1.
Mm-hmm. You're going to do one group of 1/10?
Yeah, 1 group of 5.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and write that down, and then we'll come back to that spot, okay? Angel, what are you thinking?
Can't you also do 10 times 10?
Do what?
10 times 10.
Okay. In our problem, how would that match our problem?
The tens times tens.
So how many bags are you going to be taking first? 10. But how much is in each bag? Is there 10 pounds in each bag?
1/10.
No, how much is in each bag? Huh?
1/10.
1/10. So do we need to use that in our problem? Okay.
The second one do 20 times 1/10.
Could you? What would that be?
2 holes.
Mm-hmm. So could you use that?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Okay. All right. I'm excited to see what you're going to do on this second one with 45 bags. Okay. So you guys can head back to your desk. Jada, I'm going to come check on you in a second, okay? can leave it here for the minute. How are we doing? Alright, so what do you think in here? So when you get to, so you're already working on your second one. Why did you choose to do 20 groups of 1/10 there?
Because I didn't want to take a whole bunch of items and I want to do it faster.
So when you were using this 20, where did you get your 20 from?
40.
From the 40. So what do you think you could have done then? 40? So can you write that over here? What would that be if you did 40? So when you're looking at this next one, what does that make you think that you might try and do?
Use 40s.
You're going to use 40s. What do you see here?
Or maybe 50s.
Maybe 50s. What about, do you know, what about,
100.
you know, what's 100? What's 100 groups of 1/10? Would that make it more efficient for you to do it? Okay, great. I want to see it. Okay, let's look at that one that we were just talking about, this one right here. Okay, so right here you showed me these are your
45 bags.
45 bags. How much are we putting in each bag?
1/10.
1/10. So here you had your 10 bags, and you put how much in each one?
1/10.
And then you got to what?
And then 1 whole.
1 whole. Okay, and then you used how many bags with your 10s?
4. 40.
40 bags. So then how many bags did you have left?
5.
How much is in each of those bags?
1/10.
1/10. Is that what you were showing me here?
No.
No. So what do you think? How could you write that then? How much is in each bag?
And 1/10.
So what do you think that would be?
5/10.
Oh. So then how much would you have?
4 wholes and 5/10.
Okay. Does that make sense? Okay. What would that be?
5/10.
Okay, so then what do you think? How many pounds would she have? Okay. Is it pounds from our problem today? So if you were thinking about that, could it not be 5? Like if you were just thinking about what would make sense.
Because 40 groups 154. So to get to 5, you just need 50.
50, and do you have more than 50? You have what?
3.
Right. So it's like when we're thinking about being precise and looking at our work, we want to make sure, like, oh, I have 523. Would that make sense? Yeah. Nice. Okay, boys and girls, I need for you to put your pencil down and come quickly and quietly to your spot on the carpet. Can you scoot over just a little bit, and I'm just scooting right there next to her so we can see all of you really easily. Can you scoot over just a little bit by John? There you go. David, will you sit right on the other side of Kelly? There you go. Okay, boys and girls, I'm excited for you to be looking at your mathematics. I'm going to set it right here for now. Is that okay? Okay. As we are looking at your work today, I want you to be thinking about how they did what they did to show their work. I also want you to think about how you can look for and make use of structure. I want you to think about what you know about the problem, how it was set up, what people used to help them solve it. So you're thinking about the structure of their problem and what they did. All right. So up here today we have Luis. He did our second problem. So on this one here, we were still using 1/10, but we had 45 bags on this one, okay, and 1/10 in each. And then Gilberto did our third one here. We had 523 bags on this one, and still with 1/10 in each one. And Marlene did our very first one for us, so we just had 10 bags and 1/10 in each one. So I want you to go ahead and look at Marlene and Gilbert and Lisa's work. See if you can already be figuring out what they did to solve it, and see if you see some connections between their work. So go ahead and talk to the person next to you and tell them about it. Three, two, 1, 0. All right, what can you tell me about what you've noticed in their work today, Diana? Okay, she said Gilbert was efficient because he broke it into bigger chunks. Ronnie?
I know that they used their answers or they used number sentences and number the answers.
Okay, so they chose to use number sentences to show their work today. Okay, Greg?
They all use multiplication.
Okay. Do you think today, did we do a multiplication problem today?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello.
Roberto?
You can see the 10 bags in Marlene's.
You can see her 10 bags here. Okay. Emily?
Connection of release and Gilbert, they both did multiplication. Marlene, she was repeated addition.
Okay. Are those connected?
Well, they're different.
Multiplication is shorter number sets, and repeated addition is
Okay. David? Okay, so you think probably he used his first number set to help him to solve the 45? Okay. Karen D?
I think Gilberto he did place value
He used his place value. Why did you think that?
because it's in the hundreds, tens, and
Hundreds, tens, and ones. Okay. Brittany?
I noticed that Marlene did use multiplication.
Uh-huh.
Like the boxes with the 1/10 inside them is each one of them is 1 times 1/10.
Okay, Angel, one more.
How did Gilbert know 500 times 1/10 is 50?
It's a great question, and I want you to ask that when he's sharing. Okay?
Maybe he probably pulled the holes on it.
Maybe you pulled his 1 holes out of it. Okay? Yeah, make sure you talk to him. I want him to explain that part to you. Okay? It's a good question. All right, we're going to start with Marlene. Come on up. Okay, make sure you're being active listeners. Your eyes should be on Marlene. Marlene, give a nice presenter voice for us. Okay?
First, I started with 10 bags, and then I put 1/10 in each bag. So then I added 1/10 plus 1/10 plus 1/10, and I got to 1 whole. And then I did for the shorter number sentence, and in addition, I did 10 groups of 1/10 equals 1 whole. So it was 1 whole pound.
Okay. Miguel, how many bags does she have up here? 10 bags. How did she know? How did she count this? Because if I have a 1/10 and a 1/10 and a 1/10 and a 1/10, how did she get to 10 tenths? Can somebody count that for me? Show me that they know how to count that. Who thinks they've got it? Alexis, you think you can give it a try for us? So if I have 1/10, then what would this be here if I have another 1/10? Two tenths, very good. Okay, so I have 1/10, and then you said what? 2 tenths.
3 tenths, 4 tenths, 5 tenths, 6 tenths, 7 tenths, 8 tenths, 9 tenths, 10 tenths.
And there she goes, she got to 10 tenths. What? She said that 10 tenths is the same as 1. Is she right about that? Angel, is she right?
Yes.
Why?
Because the denominator is the same as
The numerator? So what does that mean if my numerator and denominator are the same? What is she saying? Brigida, can you add on to that?
I read it, and I agree with my major that it's one whole because so there's 10 denominators and there's another 10 on top, and that means that it's one whole and it's equal. Yeah.
Okay, ready?
It's equal to one whole because it would have a whole piece with 10 inside of them, and you shade in all of them. That makes 10 tenths, and it's shading in one whole.
That was really helpful. Alexis, did that help? Did that make sense? Yeah, and that's exactly what you counted, right? You counted each of those 1/10. Thank you. Okay, let's look really quickly also. She wrote a number sentence right here. Does this number sentence right here, 10 groups of 1/10, does that match her work?
Yes.
Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Can somebody tell me how that matches her work? What does that mean? Why don't you tell your neighbor, how does that match what she wrote? Two, 1, 0. Alex, can you talk to me about that? Do you agree with her? Does that match her work? Okay, can you tell me about it?
Because when Alexis counted, it matches because there's 10 1/10, and they're all 1/10, and that makes it a whole.
Okay, so if I'm looking at this, you're saying that all 10 of those get a 1/10? Okay, thank you. Jessica?
Exactly like Alex, what I'm gonna say. But like the 10 bags is the 10, and then times the 1/10 is the candy, is how much candy she has inside the bag, and then it's what pound she has in all the bags.
Okay, I'm glad you added that on for us. Okay, David?
Want to add on to Alex, the 10, there's 10 boxes in the bag. She put 10 each one.
Okay, great. All right, thank you, Marlene. I think we are ready for Luis. Okay, you're doing a great job. Keep your eyes on Luis now. Remember, now he's using 45 bags, so let's see what he decided to do here. Okay, nice and loud for us, Luis.
First I did 10 times 1/10 equals 1 whole, 10 times 1/10 equals a whole, 10 times 1/10 equals a whole, 10 times 1/10 equals a whole. Then I broke up the 45, and I did 2 times 1/10 equals 2/10, 2 times 1/10 equals 2/10, and 1/10 times 1 times 1/10 equals 2/10. And I added the 2/10 plus 2/10 plus 1/10 and equals 5/10. And I added the 5/10 with the 4 pounds and equals 4 pounds and 5/10.
Okay, thank you. So what did you notice? Can somebody show me where the 45 bags are in this? Where are those at? Michael, can you show us that? Okay, so you said in the 10s and the 2s and the 1s, those are his bags there. So what did he do to his bags to help him out? What did he choose to do? What did he do? Michael, you can go ahead again. He broke them apart. think somebody kind of already said this at the beginning, but why do you think he chose to do 10 groups of 1/10? Why do you think he was doing that? Angel, why do you think he did that? Oh, so he used 4 10s here and also helped him to get to 1 whole? Yeah, does that kind of make it more efficient to us if we know we're getting to a whole pound? Yeah. Okay. Isaiah?
And it gives what you know from the first problem.
Okay. Is that always a good idea to do? Yeah, use what you know. What did he do? Because here he had his 40 bags. What did he do with his 5 bags that were left there? Greg, what did he do?
He broke them apart
Why do you think he did that?
so he can put them into the 1/10 and put them into the 5/10.
Okay. Because do we have, was there enough to make another hole?
No.
No. So then he had to look at it in his smaller groups there. Angel, go ahead.
He probably broke it up because he didn't know what he could put for the 5. But,
Mm-hmm.
what he could put was 5 times.
Yeah. And did that take a second to think about it even when you were solving it? Yeah, that part it did. Uh-huh. Jessica?
I don't know. Because if you put 45 times 1/10, maybe you try to do it in his head, but maybe not.
Might have gotten out of control. Okay, so he was using what he knew there. Thank you. All right, so I have 2 other things I want to talk about with Luis's. First of all, I noticed when I was looking at some of your papers that not all of you had 4 pounds and 5 tenths. Somebody else have a different answer you got to for that one? Or a different way you thought about it? Kelly?
I got a very different answer. It was
Okay. So when you got that, do you understand what Luis did now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Emily, what did you have for yours? 4 and 1/2. Okay, I'm gonna write that up here. So she got 4 and 1/2, and Luis got 4 and 5/10.
Oh, it's the same.
Umberto?
It's the same.
Are you sure? So those are equivalent?
Yes.
So if I had 4 and 5/10, why is that equivalent? What does equivalent mean?
Equal to.
Equal to? Okay. Let me see. Gilbert, go ahead and add on.
Because if it's two, if it's 1/2, that's like half of something. So like.
That's okay.
Because it's like shaded in right here. And it's like this right here shaded because that's 5/10, and that's like it looks similar. Or similar. And they're equivalent because it is simple.
Okay. Candy?
Also because half of the 10th is 5.
Oh. So you can see that really easily? Okay, thanks. Emily? Is that your say the same thing. Okay. All right, thank you, Gilly. All right, let's look to, I want you to help me with the notation. Luis did his excellent work here. Remember, we've been talking about our notation. So if I wanted to look at Luis's, okay, and I wanted to take all of his excellent work and put it into one equation, into one number sentence, what would that look like? What do you think I could do? Why don't you tell your neighbor if you think you can put all of his excellent work into one equation?
45.
45
each bag.
times 1/10
Does that make sense? That's a little different.
adds
Okay.
a
3, 2, 1, 0. All right, I'm excited for it. Okay, Evan, you ready to tell me?
45 times 1/10 equals 4 and 5/10.
Okay, tell me how you got that.
I added his tens, twos, and 1 together,
Mhm.
and that was 45. And then I knew that we had 1/10 in the middle, so that's. And then I added what
All of his pounds
his
here?
answers
Mhm.
or his pounds together, and it was 4 and 5/10.
Okay, nice. Do we agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, you have another way?
Oh.
Umberto.
4 times 10 times 1/10 plus 2 times 2 1/10 plus 1 times 1 1/10 equal 4 and 5/10.
Oh my goodness. Is that true?
Yes.
Is that the same?
Yes.
Okay, somebody talk to me about how he got that. Is that correct?
Yes.
Kelly, what is he doing here?
It's correct because 10 times 1/10 equals 1, and 2 times 1/10 equals 2,
Okay, so here, so you said 10 times 1/10 is
1,
1. Okay.
and 2 times 1/10 equals 2 tenths, and 1 times 1/10 equals 1/10, and if you add 2 tenths plus 1/10 equals 2 tenths,
Okay, so there's my 3/10 right here.
and it said 4 times 1 plus 2 times 3 tenths plus equals 4 5/10.
Equals what? What's 2 times 3/10?
6.
Okay, so if we think about that,
It's because you did 2 groups of 1/10 also, and you don't need the 2 groups of 1/10.
so here, what do we have to do first before we add these together? Before we add 2 tenths and 1/10 together, what part did we need to do before that?
Oh, I see a little smiley face there.
Sorry, Gilbert, I'm going to erase that, okay?
That's fine.
What did we have here? What's 2 groups of 2 tenths there?
4 tenths.
4 tenths.
Yeah, that's better.
And then what would we add on to it?
Plus
For 1 tenth. There we go. And what's 4 groups of 1, Kelly? 4. Okay. How did you know? Okay, good. So then, all right, Karen, do you go for it?
Another way to show that that's true
Uh-huh.
is because it shows the values on the things.
You want to show? I'm going to erase this part right here.
Because 4 groups of 10, 1/10, like Miss Ep said, that will make 4. So then here, or the 4 groups of 10, 10s, 1/10, that will be the same as 4 fours over here. And then plus the 2 times 2 times 1/10 over here, there are only 2 groups of 2 times 1/10. And then the other one, that will be 1 times 1/10 is over here. And there's only 1. So here will be, the answer will be 1/10. And if you add them together, it will be 4 pounds and 5/10.
Where is the 40 at? If I'm looking at my 45, if I'm looking at this problem right here, where can I see that? Is there a 40 in there? Where are my 40 bags at? Marlene, where is that at? Okay, so if I'm looking at this, I still have 4, the same thing, But if I look at it, then my 4 times 10 I know is what? 40. So then we have 40 groups of 1/10, and we would know that that's what? That'll get to our 4. Brittany, something else, or are you good? Same thing? Okay, good. All right, Gilbert, we're all set for you. Okay, go ahead.
I did 500 times 1/10 equals 50. Then I did 20 times 1/10 equals 2. And then I did 3 times 1/10 that equaled 3/10. And I added them all together and I did 52 and 3/10. And it was 53 and 3/10. 52 and 3/10 pounds.
So Angel had a question for you earlier. How did you know 500 groups of 1/10 was 50?
Yeah, I did not.
Greg, do you want to talk about it? Go ahead.
Yeah, I think you might already know what was 50 groups of 1/10. When will equal 5? So it'd be we had it times it by 10. 500 times 1/10 equals 50.
Okay, that was a good way to think about it. David?
You might have did the 5.
If you did 245s, what would that be? Okay. To get to what? 100 groups of 1/10. And what would that be? 10? Okay. Nice, good thinking. Emily? I love this thinking. Nice. Candy?
It's also like place value because like with your you did with your one skill like your 3 times 1/10 that'll be like there's only ones and there's no tens to make a whole that'll be a fraction and it's still not a whole like and the 20 times 1/10 there's like tens so then there's tens so that will make just 20 and 2 wholes because they're 2 tens. That's what I was thinking.
Yep.
And like 500 times 1/10, it has 50 tens. That's why. It's
There are 50 tens, so then how many holes do you have?
So there will be 50 pounds.
Oh, I get it.
Jessica?
It's just like Greg's. Maybe he split up his half of 100 is 50. Maybe he already like 50 times 1/10 is 5. So then we just added all this.
Thank you.
What I basically knew was anything above the 10, like because it was 10 times 1/10, that would equal 10 cents. But I knew that so if anything because of 9 tenths times 9 would equal 9 tenths, so I knew that anything above the 10 will be a whole number instead of just a fraction. And then I kept on going until I figured out that until you go to, because if you keep on going, you probably get to the tens and then the hundreds and then the thousands. And the thousands would be.
So what if you had that? What if you had 5,000 groups of 1/10? What would that be?
That'd be 500.
So you could keep using your, what you know? Yeah.
Times 1/10.
So really, you're using your structure there, what you know about tens, 100s, 1,000s, to help you to solve it. That would be using your structure. Yeah. Okay, here's one last challenge for you. Can you think about how we would write Gilbert's number sentences if I wanted to use a decimal? If I wanted to write a decimal, what would I do? Okay, Umberto, you want to start it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
500 times 0.1 equal 50. 20 times decimal equal 2. And 3 times equal 3/10.
Oh, how is he going to write 3/10?
Yeah, with the decimal.
Oh,
0.3.
oh, 3.
So what would that all equal? How would he write that? How many pounds is that?
52.3.
Heaven, do you agree with that?
Yes, but there's also another one.
Go ahead.
523.
What?
She's going to do the whole thing
Oh,
together.
you're gonna do the whole thing? Okay.
Times 0.1 equals 52 and 1/3.
So when I read that number, how would I read this even if it's a point, even if it's a decimal, how would I read this number?
3/10.
Yeah, it's still
3/10.
52.
right.
I think I'm gonna go.
Awesome job, guys. Can you go ahead and give them a round of applause?
I think I thought
I had a question for Louise. Couldn't you do 20 times 1/10 equals 2, 20 times 1/10 equals 2, and then 5 times 1/10 equals 5/10?
Yeah. And if you know 20 groups of 1/10, do you probably know 40 groups of 1/10?
Yep.
What would that be?
4.
4. So we could have taken out all of his
10.
tens first. Yeah, if you know 20 groups of 1/10, you probably know.
That'd be much
40 groups of
easier
1/10.
instead of just doing like all the way.
And then seeing all of the 5 bags together too. Karen?
The number she used with Louise.
Yeah, here, this one.
Each parentheses,
This one here? Do you remember?
I think it started with the A or the O.
With an A. The associative property right here. Yeah. Why is that the associative property? Do you remember?
Because you got
Parentheses.
parentheses and they might on what you do, but in the line, and then with adding the multiplication.
With adding multiplication, then you can do it.
And you can move it around.
If my numbers were broken up, that'd be probably like 5 times 100 times 110.
Oh, if you were doing just your
Yeah.
100s? Yeah.
And then plus 2 times 10 times 110.
Plus 1
I'm gonna get someone can see it.
1 times 3 times 110 equals 52.3.
You're going to mix your fractions and your decimals. Okay. All right. Thank you. Good job, guys.